What's up guys, DP Connect IT Life HD, and today we're going to be talking about Storm Boy. Storm Boy is based off of Colin Thiele's children's book. We were kind of looking forward to this game because of its beautiful art style. Is it the type of game that people of all ages will enjoy? Maybe, let's find out. First, let's go over game modes. There is just one mode here, story mode. But let's talk about the settings that are in the game. Once again, there is not much here. The author wants you to experience this game in one mode and one mode alone. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Underneath New Game and Continue, you have a Remember tab, where you can play every level and every mini game within the levels. Under that you have About, where you have access to About Storm Boy, where they talk about the story of the game. Then you have About Colin Thiele, where they talk about the author, and lastly About New Holland, where they talk about the publisher. Up next we have controls and gameplay. The controls are really simple. Just tap left to move and tap right to move right. There are also many games where you fly around, pick up shells, feed seagulls, swim in the ocean with the fish, draw in the sand, throw a ball to a seagull, sled down a sand mountain, use Percival to save a ship, and more. Each of these mini games require different controls, and a couple of them can be challenging in their own right. But the game is mostly a super casual and laid back experience. The gameplay is mostly storytelling. It's like an animated book, but there are a couple parts that are pretty challenging. Like when you have to save the ship with the Mr. Percival, it's difficult because you have to tap left and right very carefully to make your way to the ship. You'll probably be doing this one over and over for a bit. The other part that's also challenging is when you're flying with Percival. You can easily get lost in the clouds, so be careful. Just a few things we'd like to see change. The mini games have no challenge. It feels like there's no purpose to them but just to explore. It would be nice to have a little challenge of those parts of the game, just to add some replay value, maybe a leaderboard. I also wish the instructions were a little more clear and visible instead of having to press a button for them to show up. Now interface design and graphics. The interface is really basic and mostly text-based. While in the game there are a few icons that you have to click, like a home button, a back button, a help button, and buttons that pop up when you're in the mini games that provide further actions in the game. They're all largely unobtrusive and work really well with the game. The graphics are the most endearing part of the game because every part of the game looks like a beautifully rendered painting. It reminds us of the art style from children's books, which is what the game is based off of. Up next we have music and sound. The music and sound are great and they match their environment well enough to put you into the story and the scenery. The whole mood of the game is super relaxing. You'll want to play it with headphones and just pretend you're relaxing on a beach somewhere. The only thing we would add is voiceovers to the game. It would have been fantastic if they had added the voiceover of an amazing storyteller. Last but not least, the story. We don't want to ruin this game for you guys since the story is the main purpose. But I'm going to say this, it's a mix of a happy and tragic story of a boy and his bird. There are times when you feel like laughing and times when you feel sad and downright depressed. The story does a great job of getting the point across. We just wish it was longer than 45 minutes. All in all, it's a decent story-based game. We would love to say it's a children's game, but some of the parts of the game feel like they'd be too difficult for children. So maybe it's a game that a mom and dad would play with their kid. Though it still might be enjoyable for an adult to play solo if they enjoy children's books. All in all, it's a decent game for what it is. We just wish it was longer, and there was a bit more challenge. Either way, we're giving this game a general approval rating because there's definitely room in the App Store for games like this one. Alright everybody, thanks for joining me. Let me know by commenting below if you agree with me or my opinions. If you like this video, remember to smash that like button because it really helps us out a lot. If you want more content like this, remember to subscribe because we release more game content like this very regularly. Also, remember to follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more game updates. Peace.